Good afternoon and welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at MarketSite is Michael Batnick. He's Director of Research over at Ritholtz Wealth. Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining us today at MarketSite. Before we get into your new book, give us a little bit of your background and what's going on over at Ritholtz.
Sure. Well, my first job in the industry was at an insurance company. I started in 2008 and the world was melting down. So I stayed there for about a year and a half, and when I left, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that I liked the stock market. I didn't even know what that meant, what jobs were available. And so I started trading, and I did that for about 2 years, and I made a lot of mistakes that I talked about in this book, and I learned what not to do.
Well, and sometimes that's the best lesson to have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. It's called Big Mistakes, the Best Investors and Their Worst Mistakes. Why did you decide to write the book?
So there's a million books about how Buffett became a gazillionaire and how these people, market wizards, and how they do that. So I wanted to take the opposite look, and this is not a how not to book, but I think that we can grow a lot more from mistakes, from making our own mistakes, and I'm realistic in the sense that reading this book is not going to prevent you from making mistakes. The point of this was that when you do make mistakes, to take them in stride, to be empathetic to yourself, and to not make like the catastrophic mistake that we all make.
It almost seems disingenuous to have all these, books. Buffett, for example, is a market wizard, as you said, but clearly mistakes are learned, and that's how you get there. So it seems very genuine in my mind. So what did you learn through the writing process?
So, the writing process was not that much fun. It was.
How long does it take to write a book?
I think it took me like just under a year and a half, and for me, I had a young child.
And you're working.
I had a day job,
Yeah.
so it was every weekend.
Yeah.
So it was sort of stressful. I will look back with fond memories. Let's put it that way.
Well, what's more exciting, the writing of it or the editorial part of it, where you're just cleaning it up?
Yeah, the most exciting part for me was probably when I got to see the blurbs on the back of the book, to see Jim Chanos and Bethany and Jim O'Shaughnessy and Morgan. That was pretty cool.
That's really cool. So what was the most interesting story?
It is really, I'll have a different answer every time you ask me that question, but let's just say for right now, one of the things that really stood out to me was John Maynard Keynes. So he basically constructed the global monetary system.
Right.
Wrote everything about macroeconomics and got absolutely destroyed in the Great Depression like everybody else did. He was trying to read the tea leaves. How did interest rates in the UK affect currencies in Argentina and all that sort of stuff, and he got demolished. And so he realized, he was very humble about it, said there's got to be a better way, and he became an incredible value investor. So that was a really interesting story. I think most people are loath to change their mind about anything, especially something that is so so tied to you, and he was able to do it.
Do you think you'll write another book?
Maybe eventually. I think I'm pretty,
I want a blurb on the back.
Yeah.
I'm lining up.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, Amazon is where you can find it.
Yes, Amazon. Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me throughout the week. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.